So the Flash continues on with Armageddon. So this is part 5, I guess. And this is, week's guest star, besides Reverse Flash again, is Lady Green Arrow, I guess. Green Arrow's daughter from the future, because she's an adult in this version of it, but she would still be a child at this point. But anyway, I don't know what they're doing with that and don't care, but she shows up in this episode because Reverse Flash is up to no good, and he attacks the Central City PD to draw out the Flash. But first, Lady Green Arrow shows up, which I don't know what she thought she was going to do with the super speedster, but it doesn't really matter. The Flash shows up and puts him down, and he says, the reason I drew you out here, Flash, is because I need your help. Meanwhile, back at Joe's house, and this time Joe's actually there, so they just recreate the phone conversation on his end. So he was available for this episode. And Damien Dark shows up. Apparently, he survived the timeline as well. They do have an explanation for it, that the magic stone or whatever that Barry needed to build up his speed in order to change the timeline. Well, he was connected to it, so it drew him from that collapsed timeline into the current one. But unfortunately, for the timeline to have collapsed as it did, it now means that Reverse Flash is fading away. Oh no. So he's begging. Well, he doesn't really beg. See, that's the deal. He says, you're the good guys, so you're going to help me survive. So then they all have a battle of conscience because they're saying, we should just let him die. But then Joe steps in. You don't do that. That's murder, even though I'd like him to die too. But you don't do that, you know. I mean, he's one of the most dangerous villains they've faced. They're not really killing him. It's through his own machinations that's put him in this position. So, you know. But they go back and forth about it, and then it turns out Barry does know how to save him, which involved taking his speed away. So if they take his powers away, which makes no sense whatsoever, but I guess it means his connection to the negative speed force is what makes him vulnerable to this timeline collapsing, which he himself created. So it doesn't really, none of it really works out at all, but it's a little bit better than the crap they've been doing. But they go back to the crap, you know. They deal with this. Despero shows up again. Why? You know, well, he says you should kill Reverse Flash because that's what he deserves. So he's gonna do it, even if it means blowing up the whole city or some such nonsense. And he takes over Lady Green Arrow's mind. And she starts shooting up all the other people who are trying to anyway. And somehow she misses. But of course, deep down inside, she didn't want to. So there's your explanation for that. And so Barry has a fight with Despero. And he goes into full giant mode and everything, which is why they had to have a few cut scenes where you don't see everything because they couldn't afford to do all the CGI necessary for it. And ultimately Barry wins, and Despero appears to just burn up and go away, but he leaves with you have no idea what you've done. He's gone. So Barry goes back and right at the last second saves Eobard Thawne, whatever. And Thawne says, you took away my speed? So he would rather be dead than not have his speed, which was pretty obvious if you listen to the guy. And so obviously he'll be trying to get it back or what have you at some point. But which seems he has the knowledge to do so I don't really see how that keeps him powerless. But whatever. But before all of that, he talked to some of the different members of the team, you know, and he just pissed them all off, and they all said, you know what, let's just kill the guy. So, you know, he's an idiot. But after that, then they all decide to dress up and have a party over at, I don't know, some bar or whatever. And so they like to do their group walk thing in slow motion, because that's mostly what CW is just, soap opera type stuff for prime time and whatnot. And then they talk to one another about, You're stronger than you know. You're beautiful in the inside and out. You can do this. You got this. You're more of a hero than I am. You know, that rinse, lather, repeat dialogue that they do every 5 seconds in the show. So they wallow in that. And then Damien Dark gives Joe West something. I don't know. Maybe it is the time stone or something. I forget. And then suddenly he's in some other world and he meets his daughter and she's like, Dad. And he's like, at least I get to say goodbye to my girl. And then he disappears and she appears suddenly in the bar that she wasn't in initially. I don't know what that was about, but anyway, it's like, where's my dad? And Barry's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And, oh no, it's all sad and stuff. That's it. There. Saved you the trouble. Seems like there was something else, a little teaser scene, and I've already forgotten what it was. Oh well, we'll check back next week and see what that was, huh? Yeah. So anyway, there you go. The Flash. It's just so sad because, you know, like I said many times before, that was the one show that actually was good. Not anymore. No. Well, Superman's coming back, although apparently he has to have the sort of the anti-American line in there. Not quite, but it's, you know, I was like, uh-oh. Oh boy, we can only get one good season, right? Maybe. Well, we'll see. But, well, you know, that's what's coming. So, there you go. Thanks for watching and listening. Say, while you're still here, why not like and subscribe and share with your many friends? Yes. Also, check out my mini stores in the link description below. Yes, where you can get t-shirts, hats, mugs, all those goodies with my artwork on them. Oh, yeah. And head over to indieplanet.com and pick up a copy of my comic book, Night Night. Oh, yeah. You can also catch me at my podcast, Mr Nailsin Show, on RadioMisfits.com. And you can also watch my videos on BitChute.com and now on Rumble.com. Oh my goodness, so many places to watch me and my stuff. Oh yeah. And if that's not enough for you, well, you can follow me on many social media platforms and say hi to your old pal, Mr. Nailsin.